Okay, so I'm going to talk about my tattoo of my dog Tazz. This was my third tattoo. After I got the one of Bandit done on my other arm that was really botched up, it took me a couple years to really trust an artist. I learned my lesson that you have to thoroughly research a person. If they tell you they can do it, you better look at the portfolio, and not just of the finished products, but pictures of tattoos that they have done that is healed. Just because somebody can do a really awesome sketch drawing does not mean that they can tattoo, and just because they're showing you photos of fresh ink in a certain style doesn't mean that they can tattoo all styles no matter what they say. So I found Jason Roberts through my local arts association. We were in the same association, that's how we met. And him and his wife at the time were both tattoo artists. And I loved his style, I loved his work, and I asked him if he could do a tattoo for me. And he said to drop my design. So I did, and it's a portrait of one of my childhood dogs, Tazz. I had him from between the ages of 8 and he passed away when I was 20. So he lived a good age and we were really close. He was like my best friend. And a lot of people misidentify this tattoo as a wolf. People see it and they go, "Oh wow, I love your wolf tattoo." And I say, it's not a wolf. It's my little brother. It's my dog. Um, so here he is, if you can see that. I'm going to include a still photograph too because this lighting is horrible. I look so glowy. Yeah, you can see him there. He's in a howling pose. He's howling like a wolf. Let's see. Get the shadow. Not exactly sure which way the light is messing him up there, but there he is. This is a lot more brighter in person. I'll show you the photographs. But yeah, he's in a howling pose. Now, the reason that I put him in this pose is howling was so huge between me and him. Like, from the time he was a little puppy, me and him would howl. And we had to walk 700 meters to the bus stop. I mean, I know I'm sounding like an old lady. It's like, oh, we had to walk through snowstorms and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, we did. We did. We had to walk 700 meters to the bus and 700 meters back home. And so for that whole distance, me and Tazz would be howling back and forth. I'd howl, he'd howl, I'd howl, he'd howl, until the bus picked me up. And then he'd go and he'd do whatever throughout the day, and then he learned what time the bus dropped us off. So he'd come out every day like clockwork, and he'd howl for me. As soon as I stepped off the bus, there was his howl. So I'd howl back, and we'd howl back and forth until I got home, and then we'd play. We'd play tug or run around, and we'd do our protection dog training work, which, yeah, at 9 years old, I was training a protection dog. I mean, I'm a dog geek. What's so weird about that? Anyway, yeah, it's like howling was huge for us, and it was like a big part of what we were and who we were. It's like we howled together. That was our thing. And he was also a great sled dog. I had trained him to pull a sled. I had trained him for bike drawing, which is pulling a bicycle on a leash. We did that. He loved it. If I went somewhere on my bicycle and I didn't take him with me, he was upset. It's like he would actually grab the bike tire, trying to stop me because I was going somewhere without him. So why I put him in a howling pose is partially that, and the other part of it is when I was 11 years old, I went into foster care. I was taken away from the school and taken and put into a foster home. I didn't see my dog for the whole time that I was gone, and every day, every day that I was gone, he would go out to the end of his leash, that was tied to the doorstep. He had a 20-foot lead, and he'd howl. And he would howl and howl and howl, and he was so mournful and so sad, I'm told. And he'd just howl for hours, looking for me and waiting for me, and I never came home. And the one day that he stopped howling was the day I came home. And no matter how much I tried, I could not get my little brother to howl with me ever again. He was so heartbroken. So after he died, I knew I wanted to get a tattoo of him because I was just so close to him. So I figured howling was such a big thing with us that I would get him tattooed howling on me. Now, you can't see the details because this lighting is horrible. I am so sorry about that. I'll put a still picture in of him. And you can see all of those beautiful crater details. It's like, I was just so happy with Jason when he did that, because when I drew the original sketch of this, I didn't have the craters shaded like this. I shaded them just like real moon craters. And he added the turquoise background behind there. And he was looking at it and he thought, and he said, should I shade in the craters? Would you like that? And I said, go for it. It's like, shade them in. So these little moon craters that are here, some of them are almost exactly the logo of my favorite band when I was a kid, who I still really love and admire as artists, is Aqua. Yeah, Barbie Girl Aqua, that band. I mean, they have more than just that song, and they have done some incredible stuff. But anyway, it's like some of the moon craters that are here is their logo. And I didn't notice that until a couple of days after Jason had done my tattoo. And then I just loved it even more because it's like not just of my dog, who I loved dearly, and it's like the howling, which is so much a part of who we were and even still what I am to this day. It's such an expression. It's like I can't even begin to explain howling and how important it is. But it's him in the howling pose. Is my childhood dog, who I call my little brother. And it also has the logo of my favorite band from that time period. And when I first was starting to think about tattoos as a kid, it's like, I want an aqua bubble. And I never got my aqua bubble, but in a way I did get my aqua bubble. It was totally unintentional, but it works, and I love it. It just makes it all the better for me. So that is my third tattoo. My beautiful brother.